Hello, hello. Did I do it? Am I good? Am I on? Oh my goodness. This is my very first live. So welcome. Oh my goodness. There's already 3 of you here. Oh, thank you so much, guys. So welcome to my very first live sprint here at Pages and Chaos. And if you are joining me for the first time and are new to my channel, let me know down in the chat. I'd love to get to know you. And if you're watching this on the replay, I also thank you for that as well. Oh my God, there's so many of you in the comments already. So I'm blown away that you guys are in the comments already supporting me. I love this. So clearly, obviously, I did it right. So Kat, I see you're in the chat already. I'm assuming I did this right. So how's everyone doing tonight? Let me know in the comments what you are reading or working on. Productivity is good as well. You don't have to be reading. And we'll see what tonight is going to bring as my very first live here. So I will be reading tonight. I started Sunrise on the Reaping yesterday, and I'm only like 5 chapters in. So this is what I'm going to be working on tonight, and we'll see how far I get in there. Oh my God, so many of you. All right, let's get into some comments. Hello, Glenda. I'm so happy that you are here. Thank you. Kat. Hey, Kat. Thank you so much for joining. How are you doing? How was your day with your dad? And you had a fun day, right? With some of your friends. Oh, Betsy in the books. Hi. Thank you. Oh, so many of you that I know said that you would try to join. I'm so happy that you're here. Hello, Sarah. Thank you so much. I know it's exciting. A little bit scary. Like, I don't know if you guys can see that my face is red right now. So you guys got to let me know if I'm doing good. Hello, Skeleton Key. Okay, so I am very bad with names, and I know that a lot of you I've seen, whether in Discord or anything like that. So you might have to let me know down in the comments some of your first names. I'm sorry. You'd think as a teacher I would be better at names. Hello, Tinkwolf. Rosemary, hello. Well, I'm happy that you are home from work, Kristen. Thank you for joining. Tina is here. Thank you. I love all of the support. Oh, thank you. I'm so happy that you are joining my channel. My channel itself is still sort of new, less than a year old. So, hi, Beth. Emily is here. Laundry, getting back to your reread of Legendborn. I haven't read Legendborn yet. It has been on my TBR for a long time. But every time I go to get it from the library, it's always like a really long wait. So it might be one that I just have to like buy. I got to do some laundry as well. I go back to work on Monday, so got to get all that done. Grandma Susan, hello. Oh my goodness. She is the supporter in like everybody's lives and everybody's channels. Yes, she was like one of my first subscribers. Welcome, Grandma Susan. You were watching the Bible series on the History Channel. I think that is that a repeat. I've seen that one before, I think, if it's the same one that they've played. Hurried and got dinner for everyone so you can hide in your room and hang out. Oh, thank you. Rhyme of War tonight. Okay, what's that about, Tina? I actually have not heard of that one. You finished up Skeleton Key, finished up Tom Lake and hopes to get back to the Spell Shop. Oh, the Spell Shop is really good. I really enjoyed that one. And waiting for your Spotify minutes to renew. Yeah, I know Spotify, even like with the premium, you only get like 15 hours a month or something like that. So I haven't jumped on the Spotify bandwagon as far as audiobooks. I usually just use my library. Thankfully, I have access to a lot of audios and ebooks through my library. Okay, Betsy is going to be reading Pearl in the Sand by Teresa Afshar. Oh, Lena, hi. Oh, I'm excited too. Say You'll Remember Me by Abby Jimenez. I have to get that one. I forgot to order it as a pre-order. Yeah. That's next on my list. I have to definitely get that like soon. Trying to finish up The Winners by Frederick Bachman. 50 pages. You'll get that done tonight. 50 pages, easy. I have not read Frederick Bachman yet. But Krista at Books and Jams, she might pop in later. She said she recommended me a couple books. I don't know. I have a couple of them down there, so I definitely have to get on that. Okay, Kristen, tomorrow you're going to be doing some back acting as a chess player in a friend's independent film. So you have to brush up on the rules of chess. I know nothing about chess. I've had so many people try to teach me how to play chess, and it did not stick. So good luck with that. Chrissy, hello. Oh my goodness. Thank you so much for joining. Guys, if you don't already follow all of these people that are here, and I know there's a lot of people here who have channels, like you need to follow them. Like they are just so great, so supportive. I love everybody that has been around. So Chrissy says, hello friends. I will be playing some video games. What are you playing? I need to like start playing my games again. My Switch is like down there somewhere, and the last thing I was playing, I think, was like Disney Dreamlight Valley. So, okay, Rosemary, hello. I will be reading The Lost Bookshop tonight. I have that one. I have not read that one yet. It's pretty funny because as I'm going through all these, I did a big unhaul. Like I think it was like 65 books in the end. So some of these books are like, oh yeah, I have that one. Got to pick it up. Hello, Beth. Happy first reading sprint. I am listening to Vera Wong's Guide to Snooping on a Dead Man. I really want to try that series. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. These are the ones I did on your last sprint, and they have been on for like over a week now. They got a little like ombre effect going on. Thank you so much. Hello, Bookish Kelly. Welcome. Reading, not listening. Oh, I thought, okay. I thought you said listening, but it's okay. Okay, Stina, but Skeleton Key works just fine, or just Skeleton. Okay. Hello, Sammy. Welcome. So many great books and activities tonight. What do you think of your book so far? So I'm only 5 chapters in. And like already it's like got me. So I know like one of the things that I've been seeing about Suzanne Collins is that she said she will not come back to this world unless she has like something big that she wants to say. So already like I got these things in my mind that I'm like I know it's going to be heartbreaking. I know it's going to be very emotional just from like the social media posts, even though I'm trying to avoid spoilers. But so far, I'm liking it. Not so sure about the audio because I was listening on the way home from getting my hair done today. And as much as I love the person that they have reading the audio as an actor, if you've ever seen Yellowstone, I forget what else he's in. I'm not so sure I like him as the audio reader. So I might just stick to reading with my eyes with this one. But so far, I'm really enjoying it. Hello, Sarah. Welcome. Thank you so much. Mother Goose Librarian. Hello. Nice to meet you too. I think I just started following your channel recently as well. Okay, Bookish Kelly. So you'll be reading editing a video and eating dinner tonight, at least for the beginning. What are you eating? By the way, guys, it was like 83 degrees here today and all of my windows are open and I live like right by the highway. So I apologize for any noise that you hear. But I need some airflow. So if it gets really loud, just let me know and I'll figure something else out. Maybe I'll put my headphones in. But yeah, Kelly, let me know what you're eating. I had Chinese food tonight at my parents' house. Hello, Mrs. Peacock. I've seen you before in Cats Lives. Sammy, thank you so much. Okay, Sarah, I'm reading Pride and Presidents by Carrie Bebris. Guys, I'm bad with names. Lizzie and Darcy are newlywed detectives. Oh, and Bingley isn't. That sounds interesting. I always love like good retellings and reimaginings. The Witching Hour by Anne Rice. You know, I only ever read one Anne Rice book. I know that's bad. Yes, through Krista. Was it through the vlog video that we both wrote that we both posted a couple of weeks ago? Probably. Yes, it is a repeat. Okay, so then yes, I've seen that before. Reading A Natural History of Dragons. I have that one. I got that when we did a book exchange from one of the BookTube Besties reading retreats, and I have not read it yet. Oh. Rhythm of War is a fantasy book, part of the Stormlight Archive series by Brandon Sanderson. Okay, I've only ever read one Brandon Sanderson so far. I definitely need to read more by him. So I read Tress of the Emerald Sea as my first one. Really enjoyed that one. Oh my God, guys, there's so many comments here. I can't believe it already. Thank you so much. The Page Turner by Viola Shipman. That sounds interesting. That sounds magical. Is it a magic or fantasy book? And then Emily says, I finished Rhythm of War last month. Get some tissues ready. Oh my goodness. All right. So Kat says, I just got home from my old school April fun day with Kelsey. I'll be hanging out with my dad and husband. My dad is spending the night with us. How's your dad? How's he doing? I know you said he came, yesterday? Last night? Or he came today? And what'd you do on your fun day? What do you teach? I'm a retired elementary school librarian and a reading teacher. So I teach high school history, and I also teach AP psychology. So I do sophomore global, and then the AP psychology is to mostly seniors, couple of juniors. And then I'm currently in school to become a school librarian at the high school level. Want to expand my options and kind of just incorporate everything that I love about teaching and reading and history, research, all that stuff. So, okay, Emily is a high school ed teacher, health sophomore English, work experience for the semester, taught physical science last semester. So, Emily, are you, I don't know, like if it's the same where you are, like for us here in New York at the high school level, we have a special ed license that's like generalist. So they could pretty much throw us in any subject, and we're pretty much supposed to know how to teach every subject. But for me, I specifically have a bachelor's degree in history. So I'm a special ed teacher, but I teach only history and then AP psychology because it's like in the social sciences. And Chrissy says hello to Grandma Susan and to Mother Goose Librarian, to Amy. Has anyone read Frozen River? I know there are a lot of people who have read it. I think Krista has read that. That's somewhere on my shelves as well. So I'd love to also hear your thoughts. Have to pick out an old school April movie to watch with my husband tonight, but I wanted to say hello on your first sprint. Oh, thank you, Heidi. So thank you so much for saying hi. What are your options? What's on your possibility list for those movies? Emily says Frozen River is fantastic. Oh, nice. Very nice. In response, we got a little smiley face here from Mrs. Peacock. Breakfast for dinner, waffles and eggs. I approve. Breakfast for dinner is always a safe choice. I am more of a French toast girl. Waffles does sound good, though. They have to be like crispy and thick. Okay, Mother Goose Librarian Amy says hi to Chrissy. Click on the like button. Thank you so much. I recommend A Natural History of Dragons. Yes. So I remember that. I just don't remember who was my person to buy it. When we did the exchange. I'm sorry. But I do remember that I wrote that down and put it immediately on my list. And we have another vote for the Frozen River. Oh, Krista! Hello, my friend. Yes, I know. Okay, so you're reading The Lady's Mind by Francine Rivers, 24%. How are you liking it? Oh my goodness, guys, there's so many comments here. All right, I got to get through these comments. Yes, for social studies. Yes. I think, is that what that means? Are you talking to me? Yes, for social studies, for SS, or was that something that totally went over my head that I missed? School librarians. Yes, yes. I have been spending so much time with my school librarians. There's two of them. And the things that I'm learning from them, in addition to my classes, like I'm just enjoying spending the time in the library, and the things that I'm learning from them is really amazing. And the kids that are regulars in the library, it's just great. Hello, J47. What is your name, or would you like me to just call you J47? Another vote for the Frozen River. Yes, see, I knew Krista has read it, and she loved it as well. Jay's reading The Hunger Games. Oh, you are in for a treat. That is one of my absolute favorite series. I do a reread at least every other year, but lately it's been once a year. I hope you enjoy it. I need to get started on Frozen River for the book club. What book club are you part of, Skeleton? Love the Frozen River. Another vote. Yep, that's how it is for us. My undergrad in high school is English, master's in elementary ed, and endorsement in special ed, so I could do it all. Yep. Kat says, my dad drove up this morning. Kelsey and I ate lunch at Piccadilly, and then we played some games. Bop It, Sorry, and Life. All great nostalgic games. Love it. A lot of fun. I'm out grocery shopping. We wanted to stop by and say hello, and hope everyone is having a nice night. Thank you so much, Patricia. I appreciate it. And she also says, hi, Kat. Fancy meeting you here. Yes, we knew what you meant. Oh, hello, Teresa. Thank you so much. Happy first sprint. You wouldn't know this. Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you so much. You know what? I honestly think it has a lot to do with like the COVID teaching. Honestly, I felt like I was probably just talking to a chat anyway, because nobody really participated. So I feel like maybe that's where it comes from. And Amy says the page turner is women's fiction. Okay. Call me Jay. Got it. Okay. So Chrissy says Frozen River, a check. Jay is a special ed senior. You're questioning the college I got into. I got into nursing school. Well, congratulations on getting into nursing school. You know what? Listen, I'm not sure where you are and what the college is, but depending on the program, you can always transfer. I know a lot of people that, especially like my seniors now, they're debating which programs to go to. So they're looking at whether or not they can transfer if it doesn't work out for them. So that might be an option. Frozen River is the April book club for the bibliophile Miss Mensons. Sorry, guys. And Kat says, hello to Patricia. So good to see you. Oh my goodness, guys. Thank you so much for joining. I am so excited to just hang out with you guys tonight, to read. So just to let you know a little bit, because again, this is my first sprint, so I'm gonna like play around with it. I think I'm gonna start off with 30-minute sprints. I don't think I could do longer just yet. I got to work my way up. So we'll try that. We'll try 30-minute sprints. And I'm going to use, I'm sorry that my camera keeps shaking. I just noticed that I have this little like side table that I'm using for now, because I don't have a desk or anything in this room yet. So I apologize. I hope I'm not getting anybody motion sick. But yeah, so we'll do 30-minute sprints, and I'll use a timer, just because I am still so new to, all of the YouTube stuff, and this is my first live, so I don't want to get any type of copyright stuff. So, and then also like I personally, sometimes when people do like ambient rooms, like I'm very particular and like picky. Sometimes sounds like bother me, things like that. So sometimes if it's just like too much, I'll put it on mute, and I like to just throw my own on. So I'd like to think that if you like to use an ambient room, you can kind of put your own on, but we'll see. Who knows? Maybe next time we'll decide. Hello, Catherine. Reading Everything We Didn't Say. How is that? By Nicole Bart. I've heard that was really good. I haven't read it, but I heard good things about that one. Okay. Oh my God. So it's about 20 minutes down in the comments. That's not bad. Thank you, guys. Oh, I'm so happy to be here. All right. So let's get started. Let's make it over to our first sprint. And then I got to play around with the, yeah, okay. Nope, there we go. Sorry, still learning, guys. Okay, so let's get your books, let's get your to-do list, whatever it is you're working on, and I'll see you guys in 30 minutes. Well, hello, welcome back. How did everybody's first sprint go? I hope everyone did well. I got 2 chapters in Sunrise on the Reaping. And, oh my God, guys, emotional damage. Like, you know that I keep thinking that TikTok, like emotional damage or whatever it is. Yeah. And I'm only 7 chapters in, guys. Man, I can't. I really want to finish this before I go back to work on Monday because I don't think I could handle it. So how did everyone else do? Let me know down in the comments. Let's see. I starred where we left off. That's where we left off. Okay, so Sammy says, I think I found you through Katie. Yes, guys, let me know down in the comments where you found my channel. If you're new to my channel, I'd love to know if I don't already know. And if I'm not already following you, I will make sure to follow you back. And then the Eccentric Raven says, happy to see your first live stream. Stop by to click the like button. Thank you so much. It is such an appreciated thing to do. Glenda says, hi, Sammy, Raven, Cat, and anyone else that she missed. Hannah, oh my goodness. Thank you so much for the support, Hannah. I love this so much for you. You're a pro already. I'm going to be finishing The Secret Garden tonight. Ooh, I need to catch up on your thoughts on the Discord. I love to hear your thoughts. And I know you like figured out The Secret already, obviously. But yeah, and I can't wait for the movie night because when is it again? I forget. Was it this Saturday coming up, right? In a week? Jay says, I really don't like Haymitch. Oh, you must be like right in the beginning. Let's just say you learn things, especially as the series goes on. I'm reading Haymitch's story now. The Last Coffee Mug. Hello, joining in on the fun. Hope everyone is doing well. Thank you. I hope you're doing well. What are you working on or reading tonight? Emily says, think about how much trauma Haymitch has endured from surviving the Hunger Games to having to mentor kids who end up dying in the games. Plus, what they do to the winners of the games is awful. Yes. No spoilers here, but let's just say by the second book, we learn so much more about Haymitch, and also what happens to the winners and things like that. It is truly heartbreaking. This is my first time reading. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, he'll grow on you. Let's just say he grows on you. Katie, hello, welcome. Hey, you're not late. We just did our first sprint. You're all good. Sammy says hello. Katie says hello back. Amy says you got to chapter 11. Good job. Emily got to 296 out of 498. Ooh, that is a chunker. Chrissy says I ended up editing my Hob vlog. I got quite a bit done. Oh, that's good. I have to edit my video of my my bookcase unhaul. I'm gonna have to separate it into 3 separate videos. It is a lot longer than I thought. The problem is I didn't expect to make 3 separate videos of just my books. So I need to like go back and see what I was wearing on the different days and record an intro and outro for each of those videos. Because like literally it's just, hey, I'm here on day 2. Let's go through this bookshelf now. Yeah, it's definitely gonna have to be 3 separate videos. Because I wound up unhauling 64 books. It's a lot. I did not think my goal was like 20. I did not think I would get 64. And Rosemary says I read 24 pages. Tina read 10. Jay got to chapter 5 of the Hunger Games. Jay, I can't wait to see what you think, especially when you get to Catching Fire. I really hope that you do continue the series because Catching Fire is my favorite. And then Tank Wolf, I got 12 pages read and was heating up leftovers for a late dinner. What did you heat up? I don't remember. Did you say before? What did you eat for dinner? Beth, I first saw you in chat in other sprints, but the New York City vlog was great. Oh, thank you. Yes, it was just a great day with Krista and to go into the city and do our little adventure together. Sarah says, got a little bit red, had to finish booking stuff for my trip first. Done now, so I can read all night. Awesome. Where are you going? What is the trip all about? Work or pleasure? Next sprint, I'm going to be finishing some work for an author and then pick up a book. Just don't know which one yet. Well, what are your options? Let's hear them. And Betsy says, I read a chapter in Pearl and Sand. I kept getting distracted, but I am liking the book so far. Oh, good. That's very good. Yeah, I got distracted a little bit. I had some comments, and then I got the two cats. So anything that you hear in the background is Nugget. He's playing with one of his toys right now. And if you've seen any of my videos, you know it is what it is. And Krista got up to 33% and really enjoying The Lady's Mind. That is great. And then Skeleton said, made some notes for submitting to OSA later, reading a bit more on Middle of the Night by Riley Sager. I have not read Riley Sager yet. I may or may not be picking up a book by him soon. Amy, hello, welcome. Oh, what are you getting into tonight? Oh, yes. It's massive. And for those of you that don't know me, I talk a lot. That's part of my problem. So like I had to cut out a lot of like random talking behind the scenes. So like that's probably a part that made it so long. But yeah, it was so great. I already took a bag into my car for the Little Free Libraries, and then I have a box back here for possibly setting up a Pango. I don't know. Everyone keeps telling me I got to do it. So I just got to do it. I don't know. I got to figure it out. Hello, Danny. Just popping in to say hi. Well, hello. Thank you for joining. 64 books is amazing. Can't wait to watch the unhaul. Well, I hope it is enjoyable and not at all boring. Based off of like comments from people, they said like, go shelf by shelf. I want to see everything instead of just doing like, you know, an overview at the end. So I went shelf by shelf. And each shelf is a different genre for me. I love a good unhaul. Yeah. You know, it felt really good to like go through and just realize like these books aren't for me, whether it's I didn't like them or whether it's just they're not my taste anymore. Like I noticed a lot of stuff that I bought were just things that not in my reading tastes anymore. Nothing wrong with them. It just I've changed in what I like to read. My book of the month bookcase. I keep saying bookshelf, bookcase. Okay, there's 5 shelves in each one. All of the earlier ones, I had like a lot of literary fiction, historical fiction. I still read, but you could definitely see the evolution of my taste. Like, and as I got down to the lower shelves, I'm like, oh yeah, these are all my rom-coms, my mysteries, my thrill. Like, so you see, that's where I started keeping them all. So it was very interesting. Hello, Scott. Congrats on your first live. Just joined. Reading Dear Henry. Love Edith. 3 stars so far. That is great. I've heard a lot about that. I have never read that one. I've heard a lot of mixed reviews on that one. So I'd love to see what you think. And Sarah says, I'm going to England to finish up a few details, and then we'll announce my first Jane Austen literary tour. I visited a lot so far. Thought it was time I started taking friends. That is awesome. That is amazing. Well, I hope you have a safe trip. When do you leave? And I hope it's just an amazing time for you. Cabbage with smoked sausage, mac and cheese, and some roasted squash. Sounds yummy. Amy says, I'm reading Island Affair by Priscilla Olivares. Nice. How are you liking it so far? Okay. And Skeleton says, I'm not a big fan of Sager's writing, but so far, I think this might be his best work. I'm fully prepared for it to turn bad, though. Uh-oh. That I'm sure is a very polarizing opinion, but you know what? We all have our tastes. Yeah, I'm excited to read a book of his for the first time. Oh, I skipped one. Okay. Jay says, I'm going to eat out with my mom right now. Be right back. Enjoy. I hope whatever you guys wind up going to eat is good. Chrissy says, my granny era. I hope you vlog it. Yes, for sure. I would love to see that. I always like to see where people go. She says, I will. Awesome. Can't wait. That is amazing. Oh, we've made it down to the end. Oh, not yet. Elena said 87% of the new Abby Jimenez. This book is shredding me. Oh my God. Yeah. Does it live up to like, again, I only read one of her series, the Part of Your World series, and I loved it so much. Just grasped me right in. So I can't wait to pick that up. Okay, so we made it to the end of the comments, and being that it is my first live, I thought maybe we could do a little, I looked up some Would You Rather bookish edition, maybe get a little bit of chat going on for a little bit before we head to our next sprint. And I'd love to get to know more about you guys and see what your thoughts are. So feel free to comment. All right. So this one's really long, so we'll just pick out a few ones. And this one, the first one. Okay. So would you rather read from a hardback, a paperback, so a hardcover, a paperback, or ebook? And I'm going to add or audio to that. So you got a hardcover, a paperback, an e-reader, or an audiobook. So what would you rather down in the comments? I personally would do paperback or e-reader. I don't normally gravitate to a hardcover unless it's like I have to. So like this is hardcover, but it's only because it matches the rest. We got a lot of a lot of different views. Let's see. Let's go back. So we got Sarah says paperback. Yes. Audio all the way. So yes, I agree. I never did audio until not that long ago. I want to say maybe last middle grade March, I started listening to audios like when I was driving to work or just cleaning. So I definitely do more audios than I ever have before. Amy says audio. Lena says hardcover. Huh. Why hardcover? I'd love to know. Paperback. We got paperback by Betsy as well. Emily also says paperback. We got another hardback. I'm curious. Why hardbacks? To me, they're big and clunky and you can't just throw them in your bag. Tink says audio or paperback. Okay. I like paperback, mass market size. Ooh, no, not me. Which is actually weird. So my shelf up there is all my Mary Higgins Clark books, and 95% of them are mass market paperbacks. When I was younger, not a big deal. Now, if it's a mass market paperback, I will look to see if there's an ebook version of it first. Grandma Susan says audio because I am blind. Amy's bookish life. So Amy says, I'm all over the place, probably audio currently. Okay. And Beth says hardcover and audio. We got our first e-reader. Tina says e-reader. And Chrissy says hardback followed closely by a paperback. Mass. Oh, Hannah, are you still here? I think Hannah, I'm pretty sure we had this conversation on one of your sprints one before. Like, no mass, which kind of is like not good because all of Cozy Mysteries that we've been reading a lot lately are usually mass markets. If I don't have to read a mass market, I won't. I don't know if that's just me getting older and not being able to see. All right, let's see. Let's do another one. Okay, here's another one. So, would you rather crack the spine of a paperback or ruin the hardcover dust jacket? I crack my spines all the time. Not intentionally, but if it happens, it happens. If I were to show you my Harry Potter books, my original Harry Potters that I read when I was younger, like the spines are so cracked. Oh man. So let's see. We got a cracked spine from Sarah. Got another cracked spine from Amy. Ruined the dust jacket. Okay. Another ruined the dust jacket. Ruined the hardcover dust jacket. So I don't like that. I actually found a couple of hardcover dust jackets that were ruined when I was going through my bookcases, and I was like, oh my God, I was heartbroken. So Sarah, I'm clutching my pearls right now. Tina says mass market paper. Yeah. They're great for like travel, throw it in your bag, whatever. But I don't like reading from them. Oh, okay, wait. Okay, Beth says crack the spine. Sammy says crack the spine. We got another Rosemary crack the spine. We got a hello from Sarah to Sarah. Ruined the dust jacket. Emily says it depends. I love cracking spines on only my Penguin classics, but it's not a classic. That dust jacket can be ruined. Chrissy says, me too, all the cracked spines. And Teresa says, a floppy paperback. Yes, I like a good floppy paperback. Hannah says, I'm listening to you and baking. I vote paperback. Also, you break spine. I know. I don't do it intentionally. It just happens. What are you baking? What are you baking? Are you vlogging it? I know, like, I always watch your vlogs, and I'm like, oh my God, I wish I was a baker. Lena says, ruin the dust jacket probably. I can get another. They're pretty durable too. I don't want to see a cracked spine on my shelf. That is very true. Very, very true. I'm fine with either one. I've gotten used to hardbacks that the dust jacket was already messed up and it didn't bother me. Oh, wait, I think I skipped one. If I had to choose, though, I will ruin the dust jacket. There's so many pretty custom ones out. That is true. That is true. There are so many talented people that make dust jackets. We said that one. Betsy says, I'm appalled by everyone cracking their spines. Sorry. Grandma Susan also asks, what are you baking, Hannah? Chrissy says, me too. We got another cracked spine. Poor Betsy. I am so sorry. And Kat says, that is a tough question. Yeah, I don't do it on purpose. I don't do it on purpose either. It happens. Okay, let's do one more. And then we can head into another sprint. Okay. Can't deal with either. All right, but if you had to choose, Kat, come on. Okay, would you rather have dinner with your favorite character or your favorite author? Kathy says, reading the book will bury me. So awesome to see you doing sprints. Oh, thank you. Welcome, welcome. Emily says, I cringed when she said cracked spines. Oh, Hannah says, I'm just baking some for Easter pies and chocolate chip cookies. What kind of pies? Dust jacket for Kat. Amy says, author. Okay. Who? Let me know. Also, guys, come on. Who? Sarah says, character. Kathy also says, character. I'm also clutching my pearls at all of you. Author. We have a lot of authors. Character, aka Fitz Chivalry. Is that from Hobb? Were you mentioning that yesterday? Is that from a Hobb book? Or am I totally off base here? Beth says character. Rosemary says author. That was a tough question. Yeah, that is a tough question. I love getting to hear from authors, but dinner with Anne of Green Gables would be fun. Yes, that is a tough one. I haven't decided yet. Dinner with Robin Hobb or a character from Fool's Assassin. I don't know. Can I bring Agatha Christie back to life? Yeah. That would be. Let's see. Fitz is hot. Yeah. See, I was listening. I think you said that yesterday when you guys were talking about. I think Krista, you were saying that you finished a book. Yeah. I have to read. I still have to get a Hobb. Author. Definitely favorite character. I know I didn't answer yet. How about you, character or author? Too many authors are proving to be terrible people lately, so I'm sticking with my fictional people. Yeah, I agree. I definitely agree with that, Sarah. Sammy says author. Emily says Hobbes, so you can get information about the new realm in the Elderlings book. I would have to say I would have to be a dinner party. I have too many authors. Teresa says character. Kat says character. Yeah. Oh, yeah, I figure. So I think I would pick maybe author Mary Higgins Clark. I would love to bring her back to life. But then again, oh, some of my favorite characters from like the Hunger Games, but not like I don't want to be in the Hunger Games or even Harry Potter. That's a tough one. That really is a tough one. If I had to pick author, I would say Mary Higgins Clark. She was my very first mystery, my intro to mystery. Loved everything about her. And then if I had to pick a favorite character, I would say somebody from the Harry Potter series. I would love to meet Sirius Black, honestly. He's one of my favorites. So Hannah said, y'all wouldn't want to meet Harry Potter or Anne? I mean, yeah. My authors are children's authors. Hey, they're still authors, right? Sarah says, ooh, she's writing a new one. Is that referring to Hob? Right now, my favorite character is Meep from the Spell Shop. Yes, I loved Meep. I can't wait for the second book. It should be coming out soon, like sometime this year. I don't think it's out yet, but I definitely can't wait to read the second one. I loved Meep as well. Rosemary says, I love Mary Higgins Clark. Yeah, I have an entire shelf dedicated, like double, triple stacked. Loved her. I read my first Mary Higgins Clark in high school, freshman year in high school. I had an English teacher who we didn't read the traditional required school reading. We read Mary Higgins Clark was one. The Little Prince, I don't think that's very traditional in terms of school reading, but that was introduced to me. I read that senior year with the same teacher. Loved that. There were a lot of books that I read with that English teacher that got me like, I was already hooked on reading, but like got me into really finding new books and new genres. Emily says she's writing more than one new realm of the Elderlings book. One focuses on live ships and one on the character from the last trilogy. Krista says MHC was also my intro to mystery. So yes, she's the queen of suspense. That's what they know. They call her, or they used to when I was in high school. Yeah. Ron Weasley. Yeah. Book. I mean, we're talking about books, but like what they did to Ron in the movies, that they did him dirty. I read a lot. I read a lot of her in the early 90s, early 2000s. Yes. Yep. I was in high school in the late 90s, early 2000s. Well, yeah, 2003 I graduated. Wow. I'm going to be reading my first Mary Higgins Clark soon for an in-person book club. Oh, I've got my eye on you. I think that was a good one. Yeah. My first one was Loves Music, Loves to Dance. That was the one that I read in high school. That was a good one. Well, thank you all for joining in on that little fun. So it's 8:45. Let's get ready. Let's do another sprint. We'll do another 30-minute. This is my first time, guys, so I don't know how long we'll be sprinting for. I do know like a lot of people will probably not be sticking around too long because tomorrow is Easter and Passover. So that's okay. But we can get into another sprint. Let's get this all set up. And I'll see everybody in 30 minutes. Welcome back. How did everybody do? What did you get up to? Oh my goodness, there's 35 of you here, guys. We started with like 15. Ooh, sorry, I am getting a whole bunch of new followers on Instagram right now. Hold on, let me mute my watch. All right, I don't know how to. Oh, there we go. I never mute my watch. Anyway, so how did everybody do? I got another chapter and a half read. I wish I. Oh, hi, Misty. I wish I read. I grabbed tabs. Because like I'm seeing all of these like references to the original books. Just like things that I'm absolutely loving, like when Haymitch calls one of the girls in 12 sweetheart, and then like in my mind I'm just hearing Haymitch say it to Katniss in the Hunger Games, things like that. But it is very, very good. It's good and it's very sad. And we're not even at the games yet. So that's going to be interesting. All right, let's see where we left off. Skeleton says, I'll be getting some dinner and listening to the spell shop. Yum. And can't wait to see how far you got. Emily's up to 306 of 498. Very nice. Bookish Kelly. Okay, I'm still editing my video. Yeah, that's the worst part, right? Is the editing. That takes longer than anything. Skeleton said made to 97%. Ooh, you are so close. You will finish it tonight. Next sprint, right? So close. How are you liking it? What do you think? I'm editing. Very good. Are you editing from today, or what are you working on? I don't know if you said before if I asked. Sarah said I read about 25 pages. Nice. 93% and you're ugly crying. Oh my God. That's funny. Not funny, obviously. Oh my God. But yes, so close. Oh, I'm so happy to see everybody so close. 10 pages for Tina. About 2 hours left for Amy. Ooh. 2 more chapters in Pearl in the Sand. Still loving it. That is great. I love to hear when we're loving our books. Ooh. And Tig says, I've got 20 pages left, and this book is making me cry like a baby. Yeah. Oh, man. Got to page 62 of Island Affair. Nice. 21 pages. I'm loving it so much fun. Yeah, it is a fun book. And Zombiethon announcement video. Nice. Very, very nice. Awesome. All right. Let's do a couple more questions. And then we'll get right into another sprint. So it's about 9:20 where I am. So we could probably do 2 more sprints if everybody is okay with that, sticking around. Why not, right? Okay, so before we do that, so would you rather read a duology, a trilogy, or a standalone? Oh, that's a tough one because duologies, I've only read one duology. I'm not a big fan of duologies just because I want more. But I've read more duologies, but the most recent one I read was the Divine Rivals duology, and I want more. Like, I know it ended and it was great and it was all wrapped up, but I want more. Trilogies are tricky because there's always one book that is not as good as the rest. So if I had to pick, as much as I love trilogies in terms of like just having more to the story, I would pick a standalone. Have it all nicely wrapped up in a bow. All right, we got, sounds good. Trilogies. Standalone, yeah. I think standalone would be better just because too much can go wrong when you have more than one. Duologies. Yeah, but the duology, like, again, it's just like I always want more. Standalones for Tink, standalones for Amy. And for Beth, standalone. Here in Arizona, it is 6:20, so I'll be here until the end. Oh, yay. Okay, Kelly says a standalone. Another duology for Purple Owl. Hello. And Kathy says standalone. Open-ended series. Like they just keep adding to the series, or like where you have to figure out how it ends type of situation. We got standalone for Rosemary, standalone for Sarah, trilogy for Sarah. And right now I would say a duology. Yeah. I don't know. Like I said, the duologies that I've read, I've always wanted more. So I don't know if I would gravitate to a duology right off the bat. But yeah, nice. A series that just keeps on going. Okay. But can that get like stale? Like, I don't know. I feel like sometimes that might be like, it's got to be done really well. Like, so they're not just repeating the same situations like over and over. Like, I feel like that with TV shows, like Grey's Anatomy. Like, what season are they in now? Like 22 or 21 or something like that. And it's just like getting stale and getting old. I'm still watching it because like I've been there since the beginning. So I'd be afraid for that. But yes, you're right. A good author can keep it fresh. So yeah, that would have to be a must. All right, let's do another one. Let's see. Okay, here's a good one. Would you rather have your favorite book adapted to a film, to a movie, or to a TV series? I would have to say maybe a TV series if they did like if it's multiple books, like each book would be a season. Like I would say because I would want them to not cut anything out. There's so much stuff that gets cut out when you do movies. So I don't know. Okay, let's see. Kathy says a film. Emily, was that supposed to be TV? Or did I miss something? Let's see. Kelly says a TV series. Amy says a movie. Kat says TV series. We got Betsy, a TV series. Rosemary says movie. Purple Owl says TV. Oh, we got a lot of varying answers. Sarah says TV series because they put all the detail. Yep, that's exactly my thoughts. I'm right there with you, girl. TV series. Emily says, my favorite books have already been adapted. Okay, have they been adapted to TV or to movies? And Skell says, a limited series. Okay. And Sammy says, TV series. So right now, I am watching A Good Girl's Guide to Murder. So Katie, if you are still here, I don't know if you're still hanging out in the chat or not, but Katie and I Would Rather Be Reading, she was my April pick for, the booktubers that I'm asking to recommend me a book. So I read the book and I decided to also watch the Netflix series to see. And I feel like they have just as much room to kind of like not mess up, but like leave out the details in the TV shows or limited series as they do with movies. I'm not going to say too much more about that because if anyone hasn't seen or read the book, I don't want to spoil it, but yeah. So Emily says her favorite book is The Diary of a Young Girl by Anne Frank. So I had the movie play and the TV miniseries. Yeah. Okay. And Jane says, just joining. I'm reading Famous Last Words. Well, welcome. We did 2 sprints already. And we're going to, in another minute or two, head into one more. Let's do one more question. And then we'll go right into another sprint. I have, this one's a tough one. Okay. So would you rather have to reread your least favorite book every month or never read your favorite book again? I don't know. I would have to say reread your least favorite book every month because it doesn't say that you can't also read your favorite books or other books on top of it. But if I can never read my favorite books ever again, I don't think I could deal with that. So Betsy says, I've been watching A Good Girl's Guide to Murder also, and The Summer I Turned Pretty series. also been loving them both. I haven't watched The Summer I Turned Pretty. And The Good Girl's Guide to Murder, I'm wondering if, because like I know there's multiple books in the series, I'm wondering if they're gonna do more, if they're gonna do multiple seasons, or if they're just gonna leave it like with the first book. So I have to look up to see. Yeah, Purple Owl. That is a hard one, right? Like I said, I think if I had to choose, I would choose to reread my least favorite, only because I could still read my favorite on top of that. Now I'm having the panic attack. Oh man, never read my favorite book again. It's not worth suffering. Oh, that is true. That is true, but I don't think I could do it. Oh, I just skipped. Okay, so Skeleton says, never read my favorite book again. I'm not much of a rereader. Okay. Yeah, I'm not much of a rereader. Like for certain books, I will reread Harry Potter again. I will read The Hunger Games over again. The Little Prince is like one of my all-time favorite books. I have reread that. Yeah, so like there's not a lot of books that I would reread, but like my favorite series or books, I definitely would. I think I don't even know. I skipped something somehow. Okay, so Betsy, I don't know if I put your comment. I've never read my favorite book again. It's not worth suffering for a book. I think we saw that one. Tink says, never read my favorite book again. I'm not much of a rereader. We got that one. I know I skipped somewhere. I don't know. Something happened. Skeleton also said she's not much of a rereader. That's hard. Reread the least favorite with the understanding that I could still read other books, maybe. Yeah. Same, Callie. Same. I don't know. I really hated the book that first came to mind. Never read my favorite book again because I can always you can always find a new book, but I can't put myself. Yeah, that's a very good point. That is a very good point. Never read my favorite book again. I hope they don't do more. They should just end it with the third season and a final book. Okay. This is hard. I don't think I could choose this time. Oh, that's okay, Sarah. Kathy says, congrats on your first sprint. Happy Easter to all celebrate. I have to sign off. Good night. Oh, good night, Kathy. Thank you for joining. And Sarah says, good night. Okay. Kelly says, never mind. I'm over here angry just thinking about the book. I would have to never read my favorite again. And Betsy agrees with Chrissy. I'm not one to reread. Yeah. I don't even know what book would be my most hated book. Oh, yeah. It would have to be a book that I DNF'd, obviously. I just don't know which one, which I have gotten better at that. I never used to DNF. So, yeah. Awesome. Well, we are at the end. Oh, no, we got one more. Chrissy says, I like to read. I couldn't so she said to Sarah likes to read, I couldn't read The Fourth Wing again. Wow, you hated it that much? I haven't read Fourth Wing yet. I tried to read it when it first came out, and then like copies were sold out everywhere, and I never could get my hands on it. So I just kind of like, yeah, I was over the hype. Half the books that I read well after the hype has died out, just because if I can't read it like when it's first coming out and get my hands on it, then I get bored very easily and very over it. Although there was one time that I apparently got on a book series before the big hype, A Court of Thorn and Roses. So this was during lockdown, during the pandemic, because I remember I had to go to Barnes and Noble and they had to bring it to my car. And like I started seeing it on TikTok. This was like the early days of TikTok, and like a couple of people were like, "Yeah, this is a good book. Like you should read it." And then like all of a sudden, like maybe a year later, it became so trendy, and it's like even more now. Like everyone getting back. I guess because the last book, the fifth book is, or well, I guess technically it's the sixth book. Because they had a novella is coming out soon. Maybe I would say next year. But yeah. All right, so let me start this comments just in case. Let's go on another 30-minute sprint. And then we'll see 10 o'clock what happens, how we all feel, and go from there. Oops, sorry, that was a car backfire if you heard that. All right, see everybody in 30 minutes. All right, let's come back. How did everyone do? So, I read one chapter and scrolled a little bit on TikTok. Wow. I mean, that one chapter. I don't know. I got has anybody read it yet or finished it? Yeah. I need to know thoughts. Like, am I overreacting here? But a lot of some of the characters from the other books are coming in, and yeah, things are making sense. I don't know. So let me know how you did. Let's see where we left off. We were talking about favorite books versus least favorite books and what you'd be allowed to read. So Chrissy says the infamous SJM. Yes, Sarah J. Maas Chokehold. I agree. But yet that is the only series that I've read by her. I do want to read Throne of Glass. I don't know if I'm that interested in Crescent City, so we'll see. And Sarah says, same Jen, I was reading so much during lockdown that I was checking out the first book available every time I was reading a new book. I'd never even heard of ACOTAR before then. Yeah, me either. And I actually have the original covers, like not the remake ones that you can't get anymore. And I haven't even gotten Nesta's book. I haven't bought it because it's the redone cover. And I don't like it. It doesn't match. All right, so Betsy says her writing is so good. I just wish she didn't put spice in her books. Yeah, I'm not like, it doesn't bother me that much as long as it doesn't take away from the story. Like if it could be skipped and gets too cringy, like that's fine. I just hate when they make it like the entire book and like that's the whole thing. Like Nesta's book got a little too out of control for me. So yeah. Hello, Jamie. Welcome. Happy to be able to pop in during your first sprints. I'm currently reading this Spell Shop. Or are you reading this for Kat's book club? How are you liking it so far? And Grandma Susan said, I need to sleep. Thank you for the sprints. You did a great job, and I hope you could do this again soon. Thank you. She's probably gone by now, but thank you, Grandma Susan, for the support. And yes, I will be doing this again. I'm not sure how soon. I might have to work my way up to more, but maybe just once a month for now. So maybe I'll do another one in May. And I said, thank you for joining. And Emily says, I'm fading fast. Good night, all. Good night, Emily. I'm sure you're gone by now. And thank you for being here. And Amy says, I'm reading The Good Mother. What's it about? Are you enjoying it? And Jay is back. How was dinner? Elena finished her book. What'd you think? How did it end? I need to know. And Lily says, hi, congratulations on your first sprints. I love to sprint hop. Well, thank you for joining. And Lily's reading Home Before Dark by Riley Sager. So we got another Riley Sager reader in the chats. Amy says, no reading for me that sprint. I forgot that I needed to finish posts for my Substack for tomorrow. I think I'm heading to bed. Big day tomorrow. Great sprints. Loved the game. Thank you so much for being here, Amy. And I appreciate it so much. Have a great night. Sarah says, I read another 20 pages. Will be hopping off to go to bed. You're doing a great job tonight. Yeah, thank you so much. I think, yeah, it's already 10 o'clock. So I think maybe we'll do like a 15-minute sprint just to like kind of wrap up and get our last little things together. So yeah. And Leah says, starting the new Emily Henry now. Which one? Oh my goodness. She just released it, right? I don't have it yet. Yeah. 15 minutes. Oh, okay. So we're going to do a 15-minute sprint, Beth, so you can get those last 15 minutes. Almost done editing. Hopefully I'll have the video out tonight. Yay for almost done. I met Katniss Stylist. That's all right now. Okay. Yeah. Cinna's the best. And Tara says, I read a little, decided to DNF, and followed a ton of booktubers. Yes, I caught up on a couple of videos, both on BookTube and then on TikTok. Purple Owl says, I finished it last week. So good. Yeah. Are you talking to me? You talking about Sunrise on the Reaping? Yeah, because I'm only like 10 chapters in. And Skeleton says, I finished the Spell Shop. Loved it. Yay for finishing a book. So glad that you loved it. Is Effie Trinket a character in the book or just the movie? So she is in the books. Way, way different from in the movies. I'll just leave it at that. And then so she is in the books. But it's not the same character as she is in the movie. They changed her character a little bit because of what's her name, the actress, and how she did. Sarah says, I binged Sunrise the day it came out. You're not overreacting. I love that book so much. I slept so hard after reading it. That's what I'm worried about. Thankfully, April was going to be a mood reading month anyway for me. I had already read The Spell Shop for Kat's book club. I had already read Secret Garden last month for Middle Grade March for Hannah's book club. So I didn't have to read any of those books. And so I was definitely going to focus on this. I didn't read it when it came out just because when I got it in the mail, because I was in the middle of Middle Grade March. So Jamie says, made it to page 200 in The Spell Shop. Jay, I unfortunately did not enjoy ACOTAR back then. I saw my rating. It was 2 stars. So, yeah, I heard a lot about that with ACOTAR. A lot of people were like, oh, does it get better? I enjoyed ACOTAR. I had thoughts, pretty much same thoughts that I figured out later on that a lot of people had. And then the second book was my favorite. So, definitely gets better. And Katie says, still here, just been lurking. That's okay. Thank you for being here. And Rosemary read 22 pages. Chrissy played Sims 4 on the last sprint. I'm going to head out for the eating. I love the sprints. You did amazing. I hope you continue to do more. Love you. Have a good night. Thank you, Chrissy, so much. Love you too. And I hope you have a great Easter and enjoy your day tomorrow. Thank you again so much for sprinting. I love Chrissy, guys. You have to join her sprints on Fridays. You have to join everyone's sprints. Chris does sprints. Hannah does. I mean, everyone here does sprints. Katie does sprints on Friday mornings and Sunday mornings. Kat does them on Wednesdays. Without these people helping me, I would have never been, had the courage to do a channel, let alone sprints. Tink says, 3 pages left. I'm going to finish real quick. Go ahead. Mute us. Go. Do it. Dinner was amazing. That is great. Still editing. I need to take my 6 and April photo for OSA. Nice. Jamie says, yes, reading it for the Bookworm Book Club. It's not really something I would have chosen on my own, but I'm still liking it. Yeah, it's you have to be into the cozy fantasy, but I'm really loving cozy fantasies now. It's my new go-to genre. And then hello, Jen, double N Jen. I am single N Jen. And Jay says, I like Cinna. Just first impressions is awesome. Yes. And have you seen the movies, Jay? Or is this your first introduction to Hunger Games altogether? Because they have Lenny Kravitz play Cinna in the movies. And I think he did an amazing job. Yes, Sunrise on the Reaping. And Amy said, I finished the chapter I was on and then got distracted. Yeah, I did that too. Jay, first introduction to Hunger Games. Oh, I really do hope that you love it. So that is awesome. Oh man. Okay, so it is 10:09, 10:10. Let's do 15 minutes. I know that's really short. But I know a couple of people have a few pages left, things like that. So let's do 15 minutes and then we'll wrap up and say goodnight. Because I know that tomorrow is a busy day for a lot of people. And Ting says, finished. Okay, I might actually need to reread the series and annotate the whole thing. Oh, that is awesome. I need to start annotating. I don't really annotate in terms of underlining things like that, but I did start tabbing and I just forgot to tab when I picked this up. So now it's just too late to go back. So, but yeah. Oh, literary. Hello. Can't stay, but I wanted to pop in and say a quick hello. That's okay. We're actually going to do just a 15-minute sprint to wrap up, but I really appreciate you coming in and saying hello. I appreciate everybody here. So let's do that. Let's switch here to, nope, last sprint. How do I do this? Hide that one. I'm still learning, guys. Why is it not letting me? I don't know why it's not letting me do this. Ah, there we go. All right. Last sprint. Like I said, we'll just do a 15-minute sprint. We'll just change the timer up. Said anybody that needs to finish can finish up. See you in 15 Okay. How did everyone do in the last sprint? For those of you that were so close to finishing, did you finish? I just finished part 1. Wow. I love Haymitch. Like, I just love what his interaction with Snow. So let's just leave it at that. But oh my god. I don't know. So how'd you guys do? Where did we leave off? So Elena said, I'm vlogging, so I'm going to leave my final star rating in the vlog, and I'll have to watch it. Of course. Can't wait to hear your thoughts. And Tink says, this was so much fun. I'm hopping off. Hope everyone has a great night and Easter. Yes. And I said good night and thank you and happy Easter as well. And Beth finished. Yay. So happy. Jamie says, perfect amount of time to finish chapter 19. So happy to hear it. And Kelly finished editing. I read a couple more pages and finished a chapter that I was in the middle of for Betsy. Great. And Jay says, I can't wait for chapter 5. Awesome. Or 6. Okay. Well, thank you for being here, Betsy. And thank you so much, everybody. This was so amazing. At one point, I had like 35 of you here. I did not expect that many people. You guys are just so supportive. I appreciate you all so much. Thanks for Sprint. Thank you. Oh, yeah. I was very nervous, but it means a lot that you guys think that I did great. Happy Easter. Thank you for being here. And happy Easter. If you're celebrating Easter, happy Passover. It is the last night of Passover for anybody who is celebrating Passover. Rosemary read 11 pages. Yes. Well, that is it for me tonight. Thank you all. And maybe in May, sometime in May, I'll do another sprint. So right now we'll maybe do once a month. But I appreciate it. Thank you, Sarah, for being here. And that's it, guys. And I hope you all have a great night. Bye, everybody. Thank you.